All right, how's it going, everybody? It's our December update, feature updates. We like to talk what's going on. We do these every month. Kevin, co-founder here, and really, he runs the side. He works on the product with the team. Kevin, how you doing?
Great, doing great. It is super cold here in Milwaukee today, but we're alive.
You can believe it. I'm wearing short right now, but that's because I
Same.
just came
We're
back from
fighting.
fitness. But it's pouring out here in the Pacific Northwest. All right, so we're in December, last month of 2025. We've got a lot of things to share on the channel. I'm really excited to we're gonna do a really in-depth walkthrough of Pebble here, and we're gonna have that on the YouTube channel. I'm gonna be doing that with Kevin, and then we're also gonna have a panel show where we're gonna have several other high performers. We're gonna ask some questions of what's been going on in 2025 and what they're gonna see in 2026. Um, Other than that, the holiday is coming up as of recording this right now. Make sure you get your mailing out the door the holiday season. I think there's this like misinformation that mailing gets skipped over during holidays or people don't look at. It's like the complete
It's actually the opposite. Yeah.
yeah. And we've spoken like I have Kay Walker who's on the podcast show. If you haven't checked out the Land Investing Business Secrets podcast, she last talked about this on our show and um how she gets a deal done during holidays, sending out mailing. So make sure you do get it out. And typically, we see those people who get mailing out are getting deals done early January. People will wait until early January are getting deals done until late February, early March. So
Yeah. And
not
the anecdote that I've heard of is, you've got a couple weeks off or a couple days off during the holidays. You're sitting around, you've got that letter on the fridge, and your wife says, "Hey, you should get rid of that piece of land you've been talking about selling for years." Now you've got a couple days, you pull the letter off, you give the person a call, which is hopefully you. So yeah, it's a great time to be top of mind for those landowners.
there's
Yeah.
there's so much creative messaging you can do to talk about the holiday seasons, selling their land and even spicing up that design too. Like let's say windowed. I was just demoing this. But with a full window, you can do so much on there. I like to share the fact that I actually got in trouble with USPS for printing a priority mail logo on there. I couldn't get more attention on that to the point where I did get in trouble. So you have the ability to do that. Anyways, not too much more about that. Let's jump right into our feature updates. Kevin, let's jump into the muting phone numbers. Tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So, this came out of a request for, the ability to mute people who are spamming your Pebble number. Um, and so I've got my screen up here if we wanna show it, yeah. So, now if you go to any of your phone, threads, so this can happen, if you've got your phone number out there and some robo-caller or text caller, gets a hold of that, they can start sending you text messages over and over, and they just sort of pile up in your inbox. What you can do now is mute that, phone number. So if I click this mute button, that's gonna mute that phone number, and now no notifications will get sent to me, and it will if a new text comes in, it will not put that thread at the top of my inbox, and then I can go ahead and archive it just to get it out of my inbox. Now messages can still come into that number, or phone calls can come into that number, and it'll just stay archived and won't get any notifications there. So for those of you battling robocalls and spammers, that can be a useful feature.
I love that. Awesome. All right, let's jump to the next one. We have our what we call our Pebble Intelligence agent. So a little context here. We've been talking about it for the last few months. We have a guy that will take in calls for you. It'll take in the first time person and take in that property. It'll create a due. But we've made some improvement there. So Kevin, let's quickly tell the updates we have for that.
Yeah, so here I am in my inbox again. Where we go to configure our AI intake agent is in the settings. So if I go into settings, and click Configure Intake Agent, we will get some new updates. So the big one that people have been asking for is different voices. So I now have the option to select through a bunch of different voices, both male and female, young, old, and you can preview these out by just clicking the play button
Hi
here.
there, I'm Victoria, your AI companion, ready to assist you with anything you need
It's
to make your
playing
day
on my
smoother and
computer.
more
I'm not sure if you
efficient.
guys can hear that.
We can hear it.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, you can play those out and select those, and you can test out that call to listen to that new voice. And another big update that we've made is now showing you the outcome of a call. So if I make a call, I just click Start Test Call, and then you can pretend to be someone calling your phone number. So you can say, "Hey, I've got a property in such and such county." The voice agent will go through the script of asking you the different questions, and then when that call is completed, it will tell you what the result of that call was. So it will tell you um, whether this was classified as a lead or as a spam call, whether it creates a deal or not, whether it transfers that call to a team member. It will tell you that all after that call is finished on this sidebar here. So that's another one. And lastly, we've added the ability to transfer the call or not. So this is after the call is completed, if the AI determines that this is a legitimate lead, that this is a person actually interested in selling a property, we can tell that to transfer it or connect that call to my actual Pebble phone number. Ring my Pebble phone number so that I or my intake agent can get on the phone with that person and continue the conversation. Before, it would just always transfer that call to you, but now you can determine whether you don't answer the call or answer the call or transfer the call. So if this is on, it's going to transfer the call to you. Um, by default. And then if you turn this off, it will just let that call either go to voicemail or it will just hang up if you don't have any voicemail configured. So yeah, that's the transfer call feature there.
And for a lot of you guys, if you haven't tried it out yet, it's an includes time saving feature. A lot of our users are adopting it into their workflow. They're getting services like Pat Live or Answer First, or they don't have to worry about it going straight to voicemail. So make sure you do test it. One thing I wanted to stress here is that this is completely promptless. You don't need to construct a prompt. This has been like completely designed for Pebble. It'll ask for the mail code, deal for you, find the contact, create the find the property, lay that out all for you in the deal on the deal board, and set that up for you very nicely. So a huge time saver. It's directly interacting, within. So check it out. That's the intake uh, agent through Pebble Intelligence. Talked about the transaction details in your CSV export. I think some people like to export their property there.
Yeah. So if you are doing some additional analysis of your property data outside of Pebble, so some people like to bring lists of properties into Excel, maybe do some additional calculations or analytics on your data. You can now see that the CSV file that gets exported here includes all of the transaction details. So purchase price, sale price, if you're selling properties on terms, all of that data will get included in there, and that opens up the ability to track some more specific data outside of Pebble. So that's now available in the CSV file.
Awesome. All right, let's contacts and the DNC filter.
Yeah, so now we have the ability to filter all contacts who have been marked as do not mail. So if somebody has been marked as do not mail, I can select that and then I can export this as a separate list. Maybe I want to um, make sure that I have that listed somewhere so that I'm not uh, contacting those people. So this can just be a way to easily filter those out.
I heard an interesting one actually was from Kay Walker also. She came on to our weekly Sours calls. If you're not part of that, make sure you join. That's on Wednesdays. You can find homepage to sign up and join that free call every week. But she was talking about this is huge for her because she wants to spit this out and then skip trace these contacts and then contact them in a different way. So she will not mail in the future to these people, but she will still continue and she's getting deals done that way as well. So
Mhm.
that's another sort of huge benefit of having that.
Yeah.
Well, this brings us to the end of 2025. We've got a lot of fun things and interesting things we're working on inside of Pebble. Is a platform built for land investors and land investing, and we're going to continue to um, move along the direction of land investing with our platform. But we'll see you guys in 2026 if you're just watching the feature updates. But again, we've got some pretty content coming out by the end of the year, hopefully. So make sure you do subscribe, and if you click that bell icon, you'll know when these videos like these are released, so you know you're one of the first people to understand what sort of features you can start taking advantage of here inside of Pebble.
Yeah,
Uh,
next month we've got some really exciting stuff to share, so stay tuned for that.
yeah. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining both Kevin and I, and we'll see you in 2026. Take care, guys.
Hi, everyone.